Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so this is going to be a brand new, more helpful kind of reading for Divine Feminine. So the way I'm going to start this, I'm going to do a masculine one as well. But the way that I'm going to start this is pull a quick connection reading to see where the connectivity is for the union space. And then I'm going to go into what the spiritual cutting edge is for the feminine on the emotional, mental, and physical level. So what the feminine is dealing with on all those layers right now, and some spirit guidance to support in each of those aspects. And then I'm going to end the reading with a message from the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine at this time. And then I'm going to do another video with the masculine version of this. So here we go. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial information coming through. What is it that we can see regarding the Divine Feminine's connectivity with the Divine Masculine at this time? What is it that we can see to encourage, uplift, and affirm the connection? Again, twin flames. That does not mean boyfriend, girlfriend. This is for those who have been shown that you are, in fact, on a spiritual love journey. And here we go. Okay. So what are the energies of the connectivity at this time? Okay. All right. We are getting 4 cards that just fell out so beautifully on the table. So the feminines have never been so sure of wishes, of wanting the masculine, of knowing that this is true. There's burden. This is the karmic cleanup. There's a feminine in this card, very much packed up and going forward to her life. She's climbed the mountain, the karmic mountain, and it looks like she's coming back down to integrate back into her reality, the wisdom, the truth, the knowing of self that only happens when you go on that journey solo. And look at this Hermit card. She has risen above. She has reached some enlightenment. She has reached some clarity. Levitation happens spontaneously in some pretty high vibing scenarios, and the feminines have caught on to it. They are being supported and lifted up that way regarding the connection. So this shows there is a lot of shedding of pain, letting go of any of that, coming into really appreciating the journey. And then we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is Divine Masculine, not fully present in the situation, but very much being identified and understood for who they are and the scenario at hand. I'm hearing willing to wait, that this love is worth it. It is profound wish fulfillment. So masculines watching, your feminine knows who you are, knows what she wants with you, and knows that she wants to end burden and have just the most high vibing, beautiful, pain-free connection with you so that you can be unstoppable together in this life. Okay, so one word of advice. Let's pull a card for clarifiers here. So feminines, if that's resonating for you about your situation, here we go. Here is some spirit advice on how you're best to look at that connection right now. Okay, we're getting Page of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, quite simple. This message is self-love. Fill yourself up. This is the holiday season. Some of you might be hoping for a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays or other greeting from your masculine, and it may not be forthcoming. You know, this is a time when loved ones spend time together, and there could be distance. There could be some sort of separation between the two of you. So fill up your own cup. Do what you need to do to feel loved, to know that you are worthy and whole. Your worth is not dependent on your masculine. So don't wallow. Don't be sad. Don't fear. This is just another time of year, just like any other time, and you're meant to be in self-love no matter what. So Treat yourself with something special. Make it special. You know, when we are not with someone that we love so deeply, it is time to appreciate the gift that is. So whatever you need to do to appreciate the gift of yourself in your own life, that's what you're being asked to do here. Okay, next we are going to dive into what the feminines are navigating in their private life, in their independent life, on the emotional, mental, and physical level. So here we go. Thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us exactly what the feminines are navigating, where their cutting edge evolution is emotionally, mentally, and physically. What is it that the feminines are experiencing in their awareness on all those levels today? Get 3 cards for each. Oh, the Sun, nice. There's that King of Pentacles again. As soon as I pull the cards, I'll bring them up. Okay, let's start on the emotional level. So this is quite a common theme for the feminines. We are getting the Sun, which is enlightenment. It is emotional awareness. On the emotional level, the feminines have been enlightened to their own inner workings, their own internal clock. That has to do with their moon cycles. That has to do with how their emotions are their navigation. Feminines, you have full conscious awareness of your emotional ins and outs. Well done. That is stunning. Based on that information now, though, there is a little bit of a disconnect with personalizing that awareness. You're focused on all of these things relating to your masculine is what I'm seeing, because we're doing a twin flame reading here. We're going to put it in that context. And so all of this enlightenment that you have, that you've been utilizing your masculine as a muse, as a mirror for, you're forgetting that you need to turn all of that on yourself into your own awareness and figure out why you are who you are, why all of that awareness is there in the context of your own life. So the Hanged Man in the reverse can indicate that you have not gotten to that base level of what those things are there for to support you in your independent, autonomous path. There's a Y, the letter Y in the rope here. And so this particular card always reminds me to ask my viewer, why are your preferences there? Why are you feeling the way that you're feeling? Why has the divine put this person in your life to show you these things about you, not about the person? So if you've been putting your energy into figuring out who you are and what your emotions are telling you because of this King of Pentacles, you're missing kind of the point. You need to bring it back and show you allow it to show you what you're meant to be doing in your own life, how that's meant to be supporting you. What is it showing you about your essence, your talents, your gifts, your life path? Yes, it may be in alignment with your masculine, but there is a period of time here where you're being asked to have a conversation with the divine to find your soul's purpose, your service in the world, your contribution to humanity, your most fulfilling use of your gifts and talents in your own life so that you feel balanced and whole and like you've done your best in this life. This is a spiritual journey, and that kind of fulfillment is what's being asked of all of us, because when we're in alignment with our deepest truth like that, our resonance is exponential into the world. And yes, your masculine is primary in this stage of development, but you are being asked to bring that back in and look at how that can support your own experience of your reality and how your emotions will feel so benefited by you being in that alignment and activated on those things that you know you're meant to be doing. I'm getting the distinct feeling that the masculine has represented an ideal to the feminine and has been a muse. So whatever it is that you see in your masculine that is so beautifully exemplified embody that, because that's your higher self recognizing self in other, preference in other. When we're on a twin flame journey, we see something so extraordinary in our twin that we have not found anywhere else. And if you are not currently emulating or emitting those exact things that you hold so highly esteemed in your masculine, bring that in. Include those kinds of expressions in your own life. Do you need more training? Do you need to start a new hobby? Do you need to be more something or other because you see it outside of yourself? Take cue from that and embody those things in your own right, not as a competition, not to manifest your masculine, but just as an awareness that that is truly calling you into further alignment with who you want to be. That's why we appreciate this other person, because they show us another example of how to be more us. It's that one connection that does that. So yeah, emotionally, this card, this masculine card who's worried about the material realm, the 3D, he looks pretty stressed out. So also, feminines, unhook from the fear that your masculine is not handling his situation, or he's too materialistically focused. This can be your own inner masculine as well, and worried about finances, worried about career, all of that. See how your own masculine polarity within is mirroring what your masculine may be navigating in his life at this time. So take it how it resonates. I'm going to use the gender words just because it's quick and short, but take it how it resonates for your situation. Okay, so those messages coming out emotionally for the feminines. What is spirit guidance? What should the feminines be aware of? I'm going to get a Starseed oracle and a keeper of the light, and combine those two messages for each. Okay, what are we getting? So for the emotional awareness, oh nice, communion, contemplation, and higher mind. So this is the third eye. This is meeting all of the things that you are navigating in your life, including your 5D connection or physical realm connection with your masculine, because he's here on your emotional place. And we're seeing the fine line between focusing on the masculine and focusing on your own inner masculine, your own path. Have a communion in the 5D here. Even if you're in physical relationship with your masculine, or in communion or communication frequently, still have these 5D energetic level investigations between the two of you, and with your own connection with source, primarily your own connection with source, your own inner flashlight, to be searching your awareness for these reasons why. Utilize your third eye, activate your third eye more accurately than you ever have internally for yourself here. It's another message to unhook from the masculine. And then also, life force, express your driving passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased. So this is possibly sexual manifestation, but definitely fall in love with yourself. Be in your aliveness, but contain that energized state within your being. Bring it back. Don't deplete. This is a high-level reminder that when you're focused on your masculine, you're leaking. Like if you're not getting equal give and take that's justified at this time on any level, no projecting onto the masculine. Bring that life force energy back into home, back into your own awareness. We saw that message here in the underlying with the connection, and then because the masculine is so heavily on the emotional awareness of the feminines, it is time to honor that connection, unhook from the pain, and really up your frequency of your own life force energy by finding out all of this information about who you are and what the mirror of your masculine is there to show you as far as what you're meant to be stepping into. So yeah, really do that inner work. This is a nudge to go into meditation, seek the divine, petition the divine. It should be fairly easy if you're catching on to the message that's coming out here, feminines, to pull your energy back in and say, okay, what is it that I appreciate in my masculine that I'm reaching for or wanting outside of myself? How can I implement that in my own expression? Not as a counterfeit or a substitute for your actual masculine coming in, but as you align with those aesthetics, those things that you deeply appreciate, you just naturally find yourself in the same sphere of influence in this life. It's a small world once you align with your preferences. It really is a small world. When you get excited about the things that truly make you who you are, you should just naturally find yourself in proximity with your masculine doing those very same things. We're talking about connections of alignment here. Okay. Yeah, and don't hold back for fear of being self-critical. Like, don't criticize yourself for wanting to emulate your masculine. That is actually what that connection is most there to inspire you to. So don't judge yourself as being those low vibe connotations of obsessed or hearing creepy, any of those kinds of things that hold your own development back along those paths for fear that your masculine would judge you, because that's an inner condemnation, and you can balance that out further. Okay, awesome. So on the conscious mind, we have equal give and take, wanting to create fair situations in the feminine's life, walking away from things that have not been emotionally serving. So walking away from anything that has not been equal give and take. And then we have the Chariot in the reverse. So that's not willing to move forward unless things are in balance and feeling good on the energetic levels as well. So yeah, feminines, you've really come into a conscious awareness of what works for you, of what your boundaries are, of what you're willing to navigate. This shows a lot of self-worth. It shows that even in your twin dynamic or any aspect of your life, you've learned that equal give and take and balance, reciprocity is where it's at. So this can spill over into friendships, into business, into family dynamics, all the other aspects of your lives. Feminines, you're really understanding, because of the lens of the twin flame journey, you've seen where you have been giving too much or too little across the board. And it's also opened you up to this theme that was in the emotional realm of understanding your inner motivations, your preferences, your truest desires, your gifts and talents. You're able to now know yourself in a way that you didn't before this journey and bring that to the table. And now you're able to recognize that when it's offered from another person that you're connecting with. So yeah, I'm hearing in this a lot of feminines wondering if they are truly on a twin flame journey with the person that they think it is, or if it's a karmic situation. It's okay not to know, to be honest. In this really like baseline conscious awareness level, it's of benefit no matter if this is a karmic situation or a twin situation. But if it's a twin situation, you will be extra inspired to do things right from the beginning at that foundational level. This is a huge message that's been coming through in private readings with lots of different twins. And that is not getting ahead of ourselves, but really just dance step for dance step with our reality. When is something justified? Integrating and then taking action when it's appropriate, not wishful thinking, not hoping, not being unrealistic about scenarios, wanting something to be at a certain stage when the foundation or the legitimacy of the connection being at that stage is actually not there yet. And so the twin dynamic very much has helped assist the feminine's spiritual growth in just that way. So what is the advice here about the conscious mind? Okay, and a Starseed Oracle. Perfect. So we are getting inner strength. Yeah, integrity, character. This is really bringing into focus for the feminine's appropriate action, when to walk away and when to move forward, when it's in balance. Equal give and take. If scenarios are not producing a reciprocity, walking away for a time, forever, whatever it needs to be, and then also moving forward when this is indicated, when it's time, and that can be divine timing, that can be anything. So inner strength, move back into wholeness, recognize you have the power. So yeah, what a beautiful conscious meditation, feminines. Is there equal give and take at this time? Move forward. Is there a lack of reciprocity? Slow down. It's quite beautiful. I love how clear spirit guidance can be. And dimensional planes of perception number 7, path change, paradigm shifts, and adjustment. So yeah, what I'm hearing with that one is when you're present in the moment, not moving forward unduly, not holding back, not staying in things that are inappropriate because they're not balanced, you're free. You are a free entity from that alignment to navigate at will in the present moment. You have become a free spirit. You have spontaneity back. You have joy back because you're not tied to future. You're not tied to the past. You're present. You're conscious. You're aware. Amazing. Okay, and in the physical realm, what do we have? Oh, this is beautiful. So we are seeing karmic situations for the feminines that are tied to beliefs that are outdated. The 10 of Swords are the things that come back to haunt you in this deck, is how I interpret this one. It's the rock bottom melodrama, karmic backlash when we don't trust ourselves, when we get in over our heads. Feminines, this is the final existential crisis. This is where everything comes to that finale, the karmic finale, before the truth is distilled, before the truth sets you free. The 10 is already, in all fairness, it's already that truth. So it's also grabbing that sort of truth and making the steps to just finalize cycles. We have the World here, which, funnily enough, in these two decks, these two images are so compatible. So in the emotional realm, you are being asked to step into that aliveness. And so if you are having any kind of real world decisions, feminines, that you're still needing to get up the confidence to make those cuts, make that choice, make that decision, remember your aliveness. The World is the finale, and we are seeing the finalization of karmic cycles that result in drama. So feminines, cut out anything that is a foundation of karma that results in undue leaking of your energy into drama, into imbalances that cause a tug of war. Those are all things that we put ourselves into in the highest light to learn who we are and our preferences. This speaks of misalignment and trying to force situations in our lives to conform to our expectations. We are ending that. Feminines are ending that. So be happy, masculines. Your feminines are mastering their emotions. They're mastering their mindset. They see that this is of benefit. And then also separation. So this is the twin dynamic, but this is also the feeling of abandonment, the abandonment wound, the illusion of separation, the feeling left out in the cold, victim mentality. So feminines are also stepping out of that energy. They're trusting more deeply that their physical needs will be provided for in their own right, in any connections that they go forward in. This is a deep affirmation of trust in the feminine's physical world. This is, again, very much mirrored by their conscious thoughts of wanting to leave things that are not emotionally fulfilling, are not justified emotionally, mentally, and bravely stepping into the unknown in some regards, and not fearing this separation energy, this push-pull, the hot-cold, they're feeling the benevolence of the journey and of their realities here. So feminines, keep being accountable for your own energy so that your worth, your value, your happiness, your energy, your aliveness is not compromised by what anything or anyone outside of you is up to, including your masculine. Separation is an illusion. When you look at the world with a victim mentality, you will get that in response. When you are in safety, no matter what happens, you are whole, you are fulfilled, and you are rock solid, not in a guarded, protected way, but in a soft and truly present way, feminine. So yeah, the physical world is following that inner desire to be in wholeness and in aliveness. So yeah, lots of things leaving the feminine's lives right now, and a lot of increase of safety going forward, no matter what results. Okay, we are getting one Starseed card and an advice in the physical here for the feminines. Oh, something wanted to come out. Let's see. What is it that we can see for the feminines in their physical reality? Advice from Spirit. Okay, we get a couple. We are getting downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. So as you're in that autonomous energy, feminines, where you're unhooking from past entrenching cycles and feeling untethered from the worry of being left out in the cold in any way, just coming into knowing that your connection to Source is the truth of your security, you are able to channel more wisdom. You're getting more aha moments, more breakthrough thoughts, more support from the unseen dimensions, because you're releasing your grip on the physical, the illusion of the physical having to be a certain way to give you structure or stability. You're grounding into spirit instead of needing a framework in the physical. That is not to say that you don't desire to be blessed and have physical realm comfort. That does come, but the fear of losing that, or it not being apparent or available to you, that's being put onto the back burner in exchange for this safety and consistent connection with the divine and the astral realm. So continue grounding into that awareness and devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Exactly, feminines. You're coming home to your connection to Source. You are allowing that to be your primary connection, not your masculine. You are truly, this is such a beautiful confirmation, feminines, that you have arrived at navigating untethered to expectations. You have reached freedom, and if you have not reached this level of freedom yet, keep grounding into Source, unhooking from the expectations of the 3D. And Temple of Suspended Endings, standstill, suspended animation, and holding space. So yeah, you are being asked to come into this Holy of Holies in your awareness about your physical situations right now, feminines. It might feel kind of like you're in an elevator and it's about to go down and you jump and you're kind of weightless for a second. That's what I'm being shown. You're in that temporary unhooked energy. That is for your profound support right now, because this is the area where you are breaking free. You're breaking old patterns, old paradigms. You have a chance now to only establish appropriate things going forward on a new spiritual foundation. I want to jump up and down and say hallelujah. Okay, that is beautiful. So for cross watchers, what would the feminines say to their masculines right now about their situations, about where they are at? Trying not to cringe with this Hermit Tarot deck. Sometimes it's heavy hitting, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna get real. What are the feminines wanting to say to their masculines? Because we know you're watching, masculines. Oh, something went onto the floor. It's only one card. What is it? Happiness is my priority. Ah, beautiful. So, masculines, the feminines have arrived. They've arrived. I want to... Oh, let's breathe that in. Feminines have reached enlightenment. They've reached emotional balance. They have really reached that 0 point, masculines. They are ready to hold their own, even in your connection, with happiness as their priority that is no longer dependent on you. The pressure's off. They are there. Take that to heart, masculines, and hold your feminines accountable for that. Be that protective container that affirms if you see her waver. Because she is declaring that happiness truly is her priority. So don't let her get away with anything less. Okay, this has been the feminine version. I am off to make the masculine version of this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I love you so much. Bye for now.